Hey everyone, how's it going? So this is going to be our last major topic for this unit. There might be one more smaller topic. I'm not too sure time-wise if we'll get to it. We will see. But today we are going to talk about the different types of reactions. So we have talked about how to balance reactions. We've taken a quick look at what a chemical reaction looks like when we write it down. But there are different types and different ways that we can categorize reactions. So there are 5 major ones, and then I'm probably going to talk about a 6th one in another video. But let's take a look. So the first one is called a synthesis reaction. So what that means is we have 2 or more simple substances and they combine into one more complex substance. One way to think about it is if we have a bunch of single elements, they are to all react with each other to create like one big substance. And we're going to take a look at what the forms of all of these different reactions in another video so that it'll help you identify what type of reaction we're talking about. The next one is called a decomposition, and that one is just the opposite of the synthesis. So we have one complex compound, so one big thing, and it's going to break down into its individual parts. So say we had something with like 3 elements, it's going to break down in a chemical reaction into those 3 individual elements. The next one is called single displacement or single replacement. And what that is if we have one element and then we have a compound, so a compound made up of 2 elements, what's going to happen is the single element is going to react with one of the elements in the compound, and it's going to kick one of the elements out. So we have an element and a compound, and they are going to react to form an element and a compound with just some of their parts switched around. So again, we're going to take a look at the forms and what they look like in another video. The next one is called the double displacement or the double replacement reaction. And that's when we have 2 compounds and they're going to react with each other. And they're basically going to like swap partners with each other. So say you had a couple of couples in high school that were dating one another. And then all of a sudden they decide to break up and they decide to go with the other partner of the other person. Sounds kind of complex. I sort of think of it as the wife swap reaction. So basically you're just switching partners with one another sort of thing. But yeah, that's the idea for that one. And then the last one is a combustion reaction. So that thing will be like, you can think of combustion sort of like explosions or fire, stuff like that. But what happened is, we're going to have a compound. Usually it's a compound with carbon and hydrogen, and it's going to react with oxygen, and it's going to produce is water and CO2 in some form or another. So that's just a basic outline of the different kinds of reactions that we're going to look at. And again, I'm going to talk about the forms of these reactions in another video. But that's it for this one. So hopefully you found it informative, and I'll talk to you guys later. See you.